What's up, guys? Welcome back to the First Course Podcast. My name is Ethan, of course.
I'm Trent.
And today we're at a very, very special place. We're at Overlake Golf Course in Tooele, Utah. And we have some pretty cool people with us on the podcast.
We've got Mike Holmes and Bridger Holmes. Mike is the GM out here. Bridger is
Superintendent.
Newly superintendent.
Yep.
newly.
Right.
Congrats.
Newly. Thank
There
you.
we go.
Thank you.
So we're super lucky to be out here. We've been doing some content for them. You've probably seen some of it. And we just wanted to give you a behind the curtains look at the course's story, what makes it special, and why should you come out and shake probably the firmest hand I've shook in a long time coming from Mike. So
Can't believe it.
Before we get into that super quick, we do want to give a huge shout out to Same Time Tomorrow, getting us these cool hats,
Right.
of course, and Trent's shirt. And a shout out to my boy Trent for getting his first hole in one. His first hole in one today.
Congrats.
It's not supposed to be about me.
Place to do it. Good
We have
place
to give
do
him,
it.
we have to give Trent kudos because that's a feat not everybody gets to do, and Trent did it today, and it was beautiful.
It was electric. It was a life-changing moment. I'll never forget it. I'm very, very lucky. Thank you for the shout out.
And now we can get into the fun stuff. So Mike, from what I understand from talking to Trent about this place, obviously it's in great condition. It's improving. There's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of stuff that's changing and getting better. And I mean, what part of that are you in?
So I don't do much. I sit in my office and kind of just look out the windows. But no, we've been private for the last 4-5 seasons. The staff that was here before us, they had some problems with the greens and died off and stuff. So for the last 4 years, we've maintained the private operation mode just because we wanted to manage the amount of play that we had, because we had some big challenges to circumvent the course and the problems that it had. So we started off right off the bat renovating the greens when we got on site. Spent probably $500,000, renovated all 18, build a new practice putting green.
It's a lot of work
It's
to
a
do
lot
that
of
too.
work.
Yeah,
It's a
that's no
lot of
small
work.
task.
Yeah, no, it took a whole season, and and then we had a season where we raised all 3,000 sprinkler heads that had sunk over time, and nobody had done any PM maintenance on them. And then the next season we renovated all the greenside bunkers, new drainage, new sand, all that stuff. So
Where do you get this sand? Because this is
you're gonna ask me some questions that are gonna be. It's like asking for your mom's cake recipe. You're not gonna get them.
All right. Okay.
No, we get our sand from Emmett, Idaho, and they should give me a break for plugging them on that, because everybody loves that sand. That sand is amazing.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
And I mean, we played some other great courses, and I mean, I like this sand better than I like some of the sand. I played in Hawaii a couple times.
Mhm.
It's better than the Hawaii sand.
Yeah.
It's like real beach sand. This is better.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
awesome.
this sand, that's why we use it. I mean, it comes from Emmett, Idaho, which is no small task. I mean, it actually costs twice as much for the shipping as it does for the sand itself.
Oh wow.
So, but it's great stuff. I mean, we use it top dressing the greens as well, and when we punch and stuff like that, it's the same stuff. So, but you have to know how to play a bunker shot to get out of it.
Yes, you do.
That's not me. That's more him, not me. But
Which is a good time to introduce Bridger a little bit. So, Bridger is I from what I hear, very good at golf. He said when I asked him that earlier that he likes to think so. So, I mean, tell us kind of your background. How'd you get into golf? What brings you out here?
Okay, so, I mean, I've played golf pretty much as long as I can remember. My grandpa and my dad both played, so as soon as I could walk, I was out on the course.
There you go, getting you started early.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
exactly. The earlier, the better. But I actually started on the pro shop side in the golf industry, kind of more working the pro shop, working carts,
Great.
stuff like that. Because golf's expensive nowadays, and it's hard to fathom paying for it. But I've been blessed enough to have a family that's been in it and work at golf courses long enough that I've been able to grow my game through
Nice.
taking advantage of stuff like that. So
That's great. Well, we're excited. You guys will see some content later with both Bridger and Mike actually playing some golf. So make sure and watch out for that. But I mean, just rolling on with the questions here. Now, how did you guys get out here to Tooele?
We've been in Tooele our whole lives. I started working at Stansbury down the road a little ways when I was 10. Worked for yeah, it's been a while. Worked there, and I don't even know how many years. And then I also got into the construction side with a company. We actually did the final grade and seeding here at Overlake. Ended up having to do quite some heavy construction, moving greens and fairways, and because the general contractor had messed up some of the, couldn't read plans or something, I don't know, but we had to rebuild several holes out here. But so I actually got to work on this course under construction. I did a little bit of stint bouncing around, chasing money, raising a family, and then I went to Oker up the road as an assistant up there. Worked there for 5 or 6 years, and I got out of the industry for a little bit then, and these guys approached me, and I mean, it was like 6 or 7 months. They were hammering me, trying to get me to come back
just
out.
Getting Mike back to Overlake.
Well, and I mean, the temple, they were just starting construction of the temple that you can see in the background, and they really wanted to revitalize this course, and it had gone way downhill. And so they finally made me an offer I couldn't refuse, and one of my stipulations is I get to bring the staff that I want, and
nice. and
all that stuff. And so we brought on, I actually have another son that works with us, and my youngest son was going to start this season. So
great.
It's, I mean, I work,
a family business.
I work 16 hours a day. So the only time I get to see him is make him work for me.
Oh.
And I've come to find that that's the only way I can get him to listen to me too.
Hey, I'd take that all day. That's great. That's very good.
Yep.
That's awesome. Bridger, let me pick your brain about the course a little bit. I would like to think of myself as a little bit of a golf nerd, especially regarding
about Overlake too.
This
guy can't stop talking about
it. I'm smitten as a kitten over here. Play architect with me for a little bit.
Okay.
Because to me, the shapes of the holes and the ways the fairways take you and the shots that they force you to play, to me, that's really, really special. Like, I don't like playing a course where every hole is just a straight fairway up and like they're just changing up the distances on you. I don't like that.
Right.
That doesn't happen here.
Right.
Walk me through some of, in your opinion, the most difficult holes architecturally. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. So that's actually a great question for so last week I had a great conversation with the owner, Drew Hall, and he went through kind of some of the stuff that he talked to about with the architects designing the course. And his idea was kind of like, if you want to make people happy, you want them to get off to a good start. So 1 and 2 are kind of shorter, straightforward par 4s. And then by the time you get to 3, you want to wake them up a little bit. So 3 is, in my opinion, the hardest hole on the course. You have trouble right with the water, trouble left with the weeds. It's kind of like a hit an iron off the tee into the fattest part of the fairway hole. As far as that goes, there's also, depending on what tees you play out here, you can get different challenges as far as fairways are fairly wide, so you go play the blue tees if you're struggling and you go through a round and maybe play a little better than you normally would and feel good about yourself. But you want to give yourself a challenge, go tip it out from the black tees, and you don't have a par 3 that's less than 185 yards. Par 5s are tough to get at in 2, stuff like that. So I just think they were thinking about it good when they were designing it as far as making people happy and also giving you a challenge.
One of the unique things, not to cut him off, but at the time when they built this course was, and I have a big speech that we won't eat up all the time with, but you have the Tiger Woods era. Tiger Woods starts golfing, everybody starts golfing. Golf courses start just boom. Everybody's building a golf course. We got so many golf courses out there. The unique thing about Overlake was that at that time when that went under construction as well, this was a wide open floor plan. I mean, everywhere else they're trying, in cities
They've got, like,
there's
limited
they're
space,
limited
right?
space,
Yeah, yeah.
so you can't get a 7,200 yard golf course inside
No.
city limits anywhere. So they recognize that and build it as such. You don't have, I mean, if you're in a neighboring holes fairway,
Yeah.
golf probably isn't your sport on this course.
Yep.
I mean, some courses you can slice
There's-
one and
there's-
you're in
yeah.
another fairway, just the other hole. This
Yep.
one
You're toast.
you're done. You're
Which
not.
is,
you
I'm
don't get
starting
that.
to think I may have played the third hole wrong. If Bridger says iron, I smacked the driver, dude. I was going for it.
Yep.
But no, that's such sound. It's advice for golf courses that are starting, or golf courses that are changing. But it's also, I mean, for the golfer itself, in my opinion, you want to come play a course that's challenging, it's fun, it's different.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the course I grew up on, I won't mention its name, Mountain View in South Jordan, is very much, it's there and back and there and back and there and back, and that's fine. Especially, you're playing tournament style, it's cool. Something out here, open floor plan, like you said, which I love that.
Yep.
It's just more fun.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. It's very forgiving, but yeah, you can make this into a beast. We hosted I don't want to say a section PGA tournament last year, but we had some section pros
Cool.
play. We dialed it up for them, and the best score was 74.
Wow.
So
Jeez.
I mean,
You can make it hard.
when we tip this out, you can get 7,300 yards out of it. And if you're playing like the wind today from the north, half the holes or a third of the holes are right back into the teeth of it. A 500 yard par 4 is now 700 yards.
Yep.
So I
It's
mean,
tough.
buckle up.
Yep.
That's, to me, the course is a legit golfing experience.
Mhm.
I like the semi-private or private format.
Mhm.
I like the pace of play.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
and I like that it's so close to Salt Lake City.
Yep.
So like we left Lehigh this morning at 10:15 and we were here by 11.
Mhm.
So it's like it doesn't take very long to get out here versus if I go to play like Soldier Hollow from Lehigh, I'm an hour and a half commute.
Yep.
So you're getting a really, really elaborate and I want to use the word advanced
Mhm.
golf experience.
Mhm.
And like it feels legit. Like playing a link style course is very different.
Well, and with that being said, that's what our goal is here.
Yeah.
It goes back to the Tiger Woods area. Then you got the pre-COVID golfers and the post-COVID golfers, and right now golf is booming. Every tee sheet's full. They're booking at 4, 5, 6, 8 minute tee times. You can't get on a course. If you are, you're there for 6.5 hours. You're waiting 10, 15 minutes in between shots. Somebody's breathing down your neck. You're breathing on somebody's neck. I mean, so what we've decided is our niche is not just the course conditions. We have 15-minute block tee times, and they'll never go less than that.
I love it.
We open up to the public because we want everybody to enjoy this. And obviously you have to create an income in order to maintain the course. But we're not going to overextend that. We're not trying to make $1 million here. We're trying to break even and do some course renovations and things like that. And it's the experience that we're selling. And we've learned that as we set up this new business plan and operating plan. That's what we have to offer. 95% of the golfers in the world wouldn't know what the difference between a 10 stimp green and a 5 stimp green are.
Right.
So yeah, our greens are amazing.
Yeah.
Most people wouldn't even know. Just today, I had one guy tell me, when are you going to speed up the greens?
You're like, what?
And another guy came in and said, "Oh, so we're doing this already." I mean, it's like, nobody
Yep.
really knows, but the beauty of this course and what we offer is the wide open booking. I mean, you can come out here and like Trent was saying, we have a member group that lives in Heber and works in Lehigh.
Jeez.
Wow.
He leaves his office in Lehigh, drives out here, plays a 2-hour 18-hole round of golf, and drives home
He's
to
right back
Heber.
at home.
And less time than he could leave his office in Lehigh and go to Fox Hollow
Yeah.
or Thanksgiving Point, if he can get
Play
on,
around and then get
and
on.
then play a 6.5-hour round and
Yep.
then drive home. I mean,
not a bad
that's the
system.
beauty. And everybody thinks, you're so far out here. We have the new mountain or Mid Valley Highway. If you can't get, this valley gets inundated in the afternoon, you take that new exit out there, you take 2 rights and you're here. I mean, it's pretty simple to get here, and you guys played
it
it
rocks,
today.
man.
You guys
It's
played
awesome.
today.
Oh,
I mean, you
yes.
didn't get pushed.
No.
So,
No.
well, at least I don't know if you took a little time
We
to
got
celebrate.
pushed by, well,
I
truth be told.
I slowed us down.
The hole in one, and then we were actually pulling a prank on Cam by taking his clubs out of his bag and leaving them on the holes because the group behind us was his dad and brother. So, a little bit of a prank there. Make sure you check that video out as well.
Yeah.
Last question though, before we kind of start wrapping up here, because it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you guys. We're so excited to be out here at Overlake today, and it's been great, and it will continue to be great. But future plans for the course. So obviously there's a lot of changes happening. You guys have done the greens. That's a big change. That's moved a couple things around. What's next at Overlake?
Next on the agenda is going to be a brick and mortar clubhouse and pro shop. We're hoping to be in design and engineering of that by next year. We have some major renovations to the irrigation we want to do as well. What all that stuff is just 25 years of neglect. So
Right.
there's certain things that we have to do, but that's the biggest thing. And then just increase your experience.
Yeah.
I mean, if we can continue to build the membership up, we'll reduce the public play just because we want people to care. I mean, we have very strict rules. Carts on the cart pass around the tees and greens. Cart pass only on the par 3s. Fix your pitch marks on your greens and any other ones that you see, and absolutely no sunflower seeds on the property.
Yep.
And those are some big rules that it help enhance the experience, and that's all we want. We want people to come and have a great time and want to come back.
Great.
It's much more approachable than a country club to me,
Mm-hmm.
but you're still getting that experience.
Yeah. And that's the goal. We want you to have the country club experience without having to come out of your pocket 6 figures to join.
Right.
Because just FYI, all those private country clubs now are running into the same problem everybody else is. You're getting those people that pay those big dollar figures and they can't book a tee time, and they're not very happy about that.
No, and they shouldn't be.
Yep.
And we'd like to thank you guys for coming out too, and thanks for Trent to have his first hole-in-one on our property.
Tell us about it, dude.
You will be
was-
receiving a plaque, so make sure we get your
Need
yardage,
all the
your
info.
club. And
That's
if
amazing.
the only
I'm-
thing that I'm going to tell him is if it's 150-yard driver, we're not putting that on the plaque. That's all I'm
Probably
telling
not.
you.
No. It was a 147-yard pitching wedge
There
into
you
the
go.
wind.
That's legit. That's a
pretty
legit
good.
hole
Yeah.
in one.
It's a
Like,
good shot.
there's lucky hole-in-ones. I've seen lucky hole-in-ones on YouTube. Like,
This one
pat
happened.
myself on the back.
Yeah.
It was pure skill.
He
Like,
played the perfect golf.
little bit of like a 3-yard draw. Just sorry, I'm really sorry we didn't get it on video. really sorry we didn't get it on video.
We got the aftermath on video, and
got-
it's so good. But
I blacked out. Like, it was, yeah.
he did. He ran like Usain Bolt.
So anyway, thank you, Mike. Thank you, Bridger. Thank you for having us out. Thank you for Overlake. Enter the giveaway, book a tee time, come check out the course. If you're into the membership, Mike's happy to take your call. He's happy to talk you through the benefits and what it's like, your concerns, all of the above.
And honestly, hopefully this helps kind of break some of that ice for you and help sell you on it. Because, I mean, we're all sold. We
Yes.
know how cool this place is. We got to do it today, and we'll come back, and we'll keep coming back, because it is really that country club feel within reach, and these guys are creating and crafting a personalized golf experience it's not similar to anything you've had before, and it'll keep getting better from what we understand. And so thank you guys so much for jumping on with us today really quickly, and
Thanks for having us.
play some golf.
Let's play some golf. Follow Overlake Golf Course on Facebook. Follow them on Instagram. You can find us on Instagram and on YouTube, The First Course Golf. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.